putting together stories. This one kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily broke, but there's been mentioned. We did our Batman list. When did we do that? We did that last week, and we talked about Alan Ritchson, who popped into our conversation. We talked about how we thought that he would be pretty damn good as a potential Batman because he's been making the play to do it. Well, he said he actually did meet with James Gunn. So here's the conversation. DC Studios hasn't found a Batman for its upcoming The Brave and the Bold movie, but what of Alan Ritchson? Well, he's met with James Gunn and has now set the record straight. Josh Wilding writes, there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding DC Studios' plans for Batman, The Brave and the Bold, when it was announced at the start of 2023, but hasn't taken shape since then and now appears to be less of a priority than the recently announced Wonder Woman movie. The intention is to tell the story of Bruce Wayne learning that he has a son, Damian, whom he then trains as Robin. It's a simple story on the surface, but one DC Studios is struggling to figure out. Surely not helping matters is that Matt Reeves' highly anticipated The Batman sequels is on track for a 2027 release. With Robert Pattinson unlikely to play the DCU's Dark Knight, fans have been attempting to figure out who would be a suitable choice to don the cape and cowl. Brandon Sklenar, Jensen Ackles, Alan Ritchson are among the names frequently suggested online, with the latter among the most popular possibilities. The Titans and Reacher star would be a suitably formidable Batman, but is he the right fit for Bruce? Well, the debate might be over. Talking to Variety, Ritchson confirmed that he's met with James Gunn, and while they discussed Batman, it seems another character now lies in his future. Well, it's not rumor that James Gunn is a fan. He said it himself. And am I a fan of James Gunn? Absolutely. I don't want to mislead people. Words have been exchanged about Batman, but I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future. I do think there is something in my future with DC, and I would like that to remain true. So no Batman, but the door is open to him doing something in the DCU. Aquaman would be a good fit, as would Green Arrow. But only time would tell whether Gunn was serious about bringing him into the shared world. Batman appears no closer to being cast unless the filmmaker intends to surprise us with the hero's debut in the upcoming project. DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran has previously discussed the importance of the DCU having its own Batman. And a few comments there, yada, yada, yada. So, all right, Alan Ritchson, in general, now saying that he has met with James Gunn. Now, Coy, this is Alan Ritchson saying, it's not a rumor. This is him saying that he is actually met with James.
Bold felt so comfortable. I was like,
Yeah, he said this is coming straight from the actor himself, who said that he met with James Gunn and he doesn't feel like Batman is in his future. Now the question is this: is he telling the truth, or is it one of these things where, well, I don't want to say anything in general, let's throw him off the scent, or why do you bother to do that? And he's probably just going to show up as something. Shopping for a car should be exciting, not exhausting. Man, between misleading prices, hidden fees, it feels like a maze. This is what I love about Car Gurus. They rank the best deals, they verify dealers, and they make sure that you never pay more than you should. Your big deal, it just became a great deal. Car Gurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. They give you control to shop how you want to shop with the tools, the information, and data-driven deal ratings that you need. It's no wonder that SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That is cargurus.com. Cargurus.com.
It feels pretty confidently and comfortably not a mislead. Like Andrew Garfield playing werewolf and lying about Spider-Man's one thing because it's assumed he's going to be Spider-Man. But I do feel like if suddenly Alan Ritchson became Batman, we'd be like, bro, you literally said. To me, it seems like it was a conversation that got loud enough. He wanted to address it so that he could then have a clean slate to navigate what he was going to actually do. Because whatever it is, like, I'm excited for the dude to play anyone that works for him. I think Jack Reacher really showed range in Alan Ritchson. I think that even going back to his Blue Mountain State days, his comedy, his timing, I love his interviews. He seems like a really good dude. So I love that he's just trying to be transparent. I like that he's trying to be clean. So when he gets cast, people aren't disappointed because there's Batman and there's Superman, and there's Wonder Woman, and then there's, 100 other characters. But when you're rumored to be Batman, it's very hard when they announce anything else to not feel like, well,
Right.
he's not
And he
Batman.
wanted to, and he said he made the play. He wanted to play Batman.
And so it's smart for him to get ahead of it, I think, so that way when they announce blank, it's not like, that's not Batman.
No, I also think that it shows a lot. I think it shows a lot of James Gunn's character too, because I think that James Gunn probably was like, "Hey, look," and I can see this conversation. He's like, I don't think it's Batman. I think it's somebody else. I don't think it's Batman. I'll tell you why. Because he is a fan. He wants to do this. I think Winston, he's not going to do Batman. I think Coy's right. Why? If don't say anything as opposed to lying to the public, because he wasn't necessarily asked point blank, "Are you playing Batman?" Maybe he was in this thing, but don't throw him off the scent. Just say, "Look, I can't talk about anything we met with." If you are Batman, if not, you say something like this. I think it shows class and it shows the idea. Like, okay, I'm going to tell the fans honestly, you probably don't want to put me in these conversations anymore because, and I might be disappointed about it, but I'm not telling you that. We had other conversations. I don't know. I think that there's a possibility, because this is the thing that I've been talking about with the size of Alan Ritchson and the size of David Corenswet. Is Shazam possible?
Yeah. Shazam is a possibility. Because now at this point, if we're just gonna, there were a few reasons why we could see the physique potentially of Batman, but we all admitted he's a little big. You could do it, but he's a little big. But now if we're just going based off of size, then Shazam is a possibility. I don't know if he has like the kind of dark villain gravitas, but he's big enough to be Darkseid. Let's see, you could, if not him, Coy, God, my brain is still a little foggy from the vid. Darkseid's son.
Orion?
No. Well, you could do Orion too, but I mean the swap, because Darkseid and Highfather swap kids. Karnak. No, not Karnak. That's
Marvel.
That's Marvel. No. Oh my God, real bulky, hairy ass dude.
The blue and gray.
Yeah, either way, Darkseid's adoptive son. That's another option. Aquaman was brought up, obviously, which he played previously, I believe, in Smallville.
Calabac is what they're saying.
Calabac. Thank you. Calabac.
That was driving me insane.
Calabac. It was driving me crazy. Calabac. I'm just thinking about all of the people that are giant bruisers. I think the best one, in my opinion, after doing Reacher, I think you make him Wildcat. If the thing with Wildcat, as much as we love him, is such a B to almost C-list character, I would want Alan to have something a little bit bigger. But if you wanted to let him just like go, I mean, Wildcat's a boss, so it would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know anything about any of those characters.
Ooh, Bizarro. Someone said Bizarro. That actually could be really fun.
The point of all of this is what the last sentence you just said, Winston, is that could be really fun. I think him in the DC, and that was always my thing with him, is I always wanted him part of the DC. So initially, I still didn't think like you said, not just the fit for Batman, right? Even though I kind of came around with it on my list of putting him in number 5, I could have easily put him at 7, could easily put him at 10, and like it's not like, oh man, I'm so bummed he's out of the the running. I'm not bummed that he's out of the running. I'd be bummed if he was out of the running of DC. But the fact that he's in DC, yeah, Coy, go ahead.
I think it's also smart, I think that a lot of people get crap for being fan cast and then getting cast for whatever reason. It's this really weird thing in the internet where everybody's like, we want this person, then they get cast, and there's the other half of the internet that's like, why would they do a fan cast choice? And so with Alan Ritchson, I kind of like that he was a loud enough choice, and clearly the people that are casting liked his work enough. He got brought in. And that to me bodes well for like, hey, we've got our eye on you. We want you in our universe. And not that being in the DCU excludes them from the MCU, but I do think it's smart if you have an actor like Alan Ritchson that looks like a superhero or villain to take those meetings early. I think it's smart to be like, hey, by the way, we're trying to figure something out. So I love hearing that it's public. I love hearing that it's something that's already in motion.
Yeah. What about you guys? Alan Ritchson, what do you think looks better? Alan Ritchson as Shazam or this sushi? Get out of here. Alan Ritchson as Batman. Bummed that it's not going to happen? Believe that it's not going to happen? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know.